In this video, you will learn 5 reasons why Zoom video quality is essential for your brand and your confidence as a speaker. And these are not the traditional Zoom tips that you've heard before. Let's go.
For your next act, Mr. Markus Seppala.
How's it going? My name is Markus Seppala. I'm a stand-up comedian and TEDx speaker, helping you bring more fun to the corporate stage. On this channel, I share a lot of public speaking tips about how you can better engage with your audience, whether that's in a comedy club or in a professional presentation. And these days, that means online video conferencing and live streams. Having great online video is emerging as a key public speaking skill. And here's the good news. If you start now and improve your video quality, you're going to be able to increase your confidence and raise your brand as a speaker. This video is the last part in my 3-part series about improving Zoom video quality. In part 1, we looked at what can you do with the things you already own and improve video quality without spending any money. In part 2, we looked at 3 specific investments that you can make to boost the video quality in your Zoom meetings. If you want to find links to parts 1 and 2, have a look in the description below. I'm going to share 5 benefits of having amazing Zoom video quality. And in fact, you can look at it as 5 reasons why you should get started now with improving your online video quality. Stick around to the end of the video where I'm going to share a power tip that's going to allow you to 10x your exposure as a speaker just by having great video quality. Reason number 1 for improving your Zoom video quality is to make an amazing first impression. Your video will definitely be the first thing people see. They will see you before you even say a single word. And if you do things right, they will also see you before they see any of your slides. More about slides in item number 3. And people will look at what you have behind you. They will notice your camera angle and your lighting. They will see bad practices like having a window behind you, but they will also notice if you're nicely framed and your camera quality is good. Reason number 2 for upgrading your video conferencing setup is that you will have an automatic backup system, namely the one that you used before. If you watched part 1 and 2, you know that I recommend using a phone instead of a laptop for your video conferencing. And what that means when you move from your laptop to your phone is that if something happens with your phone, you can always go back to the laptop. And this way, you not only have a backup system, but you have a backup system that you know how it works because it was your old system. And that is critical in those moments when something actually does go wrong. Having a backup system in place is great for your brand as a speaker for a few different reasons. 1, it shows your audience that you care enough about them to have a backup if something goes wrong. 2, you can actually go to that system if something does happen, and we all know that it always does happen at the worst possible time. And 3, it allows you to remain in charge when something actually does go wrong. So you don't have to panic, you don't have to stress. Instead, you're going to say something like this: "Oh, I see that my camera cable just broke. This has definitely happened to me. It's going to take me about 1 minute to set up my backup system. I'm going to be with you in 1 minute." Just look what that does to your brand. You can stay calm, collected, and confident even when something goes wrong. And this is actually a great approach to having a backup system because you're not actually making any extra effort. You're using your old system. For example, in my case, whenever I'm video conferencing, I always have my little phone tripod right here next to me so that in less than 1 minute, I can set that up as a backup. In addition, I have a couple of other solutions. I have another phone clamp always on my desk. In that cupboard that you see behind me, or in that chest of drawers rather, I have another phone that I could go to in case my first backup fails. In there, I also have a second phone I could go to, plus I have my laptop. So I'm not saying you should have 5 levels of backup like I do because you still want to come across as a normal person, but at least 1 level of backup really helps you remain confident and boost your brand in online meetings. We're just getting started with this list, but if you got some value already, hit that like button. And reason number 3 for improving your Zoom video quality is that if you have great video quality, you may feel more confident to not use slides. Using slides and sharing your screen in a Zoom meeting is the absolute best way to disengage your audience. Now, relying on slides in physical meetings is bad enough, but in online meetings, it's 10 times worse. And the reason is that it takes up the whole screen. It's really difficult to ignore. And you end up with a little box in one of the corners. And that's not a great look. When you're able to move away from the slides and just focus on your video, you're going to come across as much more confident, and look at what it does for your brand. If you're able to deliver an engaging workshop or a captivating presentation without using any slides, you are going to set yourself apart so much from everybody else who's competing in that space. And if you can get your message across without using any slides, having great video quality is going to be a great big help. As you're working on improving the video quality in your meetings, that's more the technical side, you're probably also working on getting more comfortable on camera. And that's another thing that will set you apart. People will remember, oh, that's Markus. He's the guy who was so comfortable on camera. And this is something that you have to work on. Being comfortable on camera is not easy. And there could be different reasons why you're not comfortable on camera. In my case, for example, I have crooked teeth. And that's something that really bothered me at the beginning when I was starting to do video conferencing and recording video. What I realized a little bit later, though, is that the only person who cared about that was me, so I kind of got over it. If you are able to get more comfortable on camera, people will notice it and it will boost your brand, and then you can get rid of those slides once and for all. Hit like if you got some value out of this video so far. Reason number 4 for having great video quality in your online meetings. After the meeting, people are going to ask you, why does your video look so good? And look what's happening here. Not only are you an expert on the topic on which you spoke, but now you also have expertise in online communication. And you can only imagine what that does for building your brand as a speaker. We need to take every opportunity to be remembered, and having great video quality is a great tool to do that. When people ask you, hey, what kind of camera do you use? What kind of lighting do you use? Why does your audio sound so good? That's going to elevate you to a whole different place. And people are going to look up to you both for your expertise in the topic that you talked about and also on how to present in online meetings. In just a moment, I'm going to jump over to reason number 5 for having great video quality, as well as that power tip that I mentioned before. But if you've been getting value out of this video, go ahead and subscribe to my channel to get more communication tips just like this. Reason number 5 to improve your video quality is that it makes it easier for you to repurpose your content on other platforms. If you have a great quality recording of that Zoom call that you did, you're going to be able to put that on your Instagram or on your LinkedIn or whichever platform you use. Let me share one story to illustrate how this repurposing can work to your benefit. A couple of weeks ago, I hosted a workshop for the Project Management Institute about how to communicate better in virtual teams. If you want to check it out, I have a link in the description. And in the workshop itself, I had about 50 attendees. They appreciated it, but it was only 50 people. However, the same evening, I pulled a little clip out of that recording and shared that on my LinkedIn profile. And within a couple of days, that video clip had more than 1,000 views. So I was able to get my message across to a much bigger audience just based on that one high-quality recording. You have everything to win by having great video quality in all your online meetings, and this brings me to the power tip I mentioned before. Whenever you're presenting online, make sure that you do 2 things. 1, record every call, and 2, agree with the organizers that they will send you the recording afterwards. When you have that great quality video recording, you're going to be able to amplify your message in all these different channels, but it all starts with getting the actual recording. Let me highlight the triple opportunity that you have with repurposing your content. First, you can share it in your own social channels. Second, whoever hired you to do that presentation, they are happy to share it in their channels when they see that the video quality is great. And third, when somebody else sees that and they're thinking of hiring somebody for their online event, they will see you and they will see that, oh, this person is an expert in their field and they also know how to present online. So that will increase your chances of being hired by that organizer. Having great video quality is an amazing tool when you're doing online meetings. When you're hosting the meetings, there's other things that you can do as well. Check out this video right here. In that video, I will give you 3 leadership techniques that are going to help you stay confident and in charge when you're hosting Zoom meetings. If you want more communication tips like this, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.